What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN OnyxCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are at about 1.25 cents right now. We are on a new day. It is the 17th of March, by the charts at least. We have 21 hours, 50 minutes left in the day. We did close yesterday to the downside, 6.9%. to the downside. Here we are at 1.25 cents now, looking like we actually might go lower. I have some newfound bearishness on Bitcoin, and it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me from here if we went all the way back up to about 84K and then down, right? So we might start the day off in a bullish kind of note, but I'm kind of thinking that we just might go down below this low yet again, you guys. I don't know. I'm having a hard time coming to grips. I'm having a hard time coming to grips with the idea that we go back below this line here. But to be completely fair, that doesn't mean that we can't go below this low. So if we continue to kind of slow bleed down, we can inevitably see prices that are below this low. It could happen. And if we look at XCN, how it's moved down, I mean, that's basically exactly how it's moved this whole damn time. Now, can it go back below? Oh wait, hold on now. I've got the wrong line. I'm sorry. I've got the wrong line drawn there. I thought we were hugging it more. Okay, yeah. Can we go back below this line? Absolutely. We've broken above it before, gotten below it, right? We can do that. And actually, to be completely fair, I think we have broken below it, to be in all honesty. So this line being disrespected, by the way, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just doesn't mean that we're getting a clear reading on it right now if it's a good thing. And this is why when it does come time to finally break out and see some higher prices, we're going to need more than just this line as a reliable indicator, okay? On the bright side, my friends, on the bright side, the target area that we need to get above is 1.9 cents, okay? If we can get above 1.9 cents on a closing basis, I think, and if not there, at least 2 cents, if we can get above either of those levels on a daily closing basis, that would validate any low that we have. But if this is not the low and we go lower, that 382 comes down. So if we do go to 0.00844, if we go to 0.009, something like this, just below the low, that validation price comes back down, or it comes down a little bit to about 1.8 cents instead of 1.9 cents, right? So the lower we go, the less high we have to go to validate the low. But also the more that we have to endure to the downside. If it's not clear, if it's not abundantly clear, I do think we go to the downside. I am assuming that we go to the downside. The main reason for that is Bitcoin, I'm thinking, does go lower. And with that, I have a hard time seeing any crypto, even XCN, going higher, moving up in that amount of time. It's very possible, very likely, in fact, that Bitcoin goes, I would say, down to about $74,500 at a minimum, somewhere around here. And that's about a 10% drop, to maybe 69,000 at the most, which is 16.5% drop at the maximum. I think we'll stop somewhere in between. It's possible we could go even lower than that, to be completely fair. Be prepared for that. But I think that we're going to see more of a 13% drop to a 12% drop for Bitcoin. So if that happens, I would then assume that if XCN drops 13 to 12%, right? 13% here would put us right below there. 12% would put us right there. I don't think XCN drops as much as Bitcoin. It probably drops more. So then maybe twice as much, something like that, on the lines of 26%, 24%, something at 9 or 0.0095 to 0.0091. That could be the area that we go to. It's very possible. From a low to a high, if we look at this here, low to high, come on now, right there. The 1414 is at 0.00907, and it's very common with the 1414 to wick just below it, at least in my experience. It is very common to do that. It's also common enough to find support at it, but if you do find support, you wick below, you come back up, and then you close right above it, right? Something like that. I'd say that's about 60% of the time. 40% of the time, there's a decent bit of a chance that you could bounce right off this area as well. Okay, so the 1414 being as support, I don't have a problem with that at all. And if we were to go lower, the 1618 being support is not a problem either. I want to see, because we took the top end of this trend line. What about the bottom end? Do we have anything that lines up with this bottom end here? Let's see here. Hold on. From this low coming down, I don't know if I like that low, right? Just like I don't like that high, so I'm not going to draw the line up there, right? I'm not cherry picking. If anybody's saying I'm cherry picking, I'm not cherry picking here, even though I'm not including that high, right? I'm just trying to find the line of best fit. That's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be as genuine as I can. And to be fair, this channel looks a little bit more parallel right now, and that's kind of nice. You got a nice parallel channel down. It's a very perfect bull flag, you guys. It really is. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I really don't think that we go. I mean, unless this drop persists, man. One of these weeks, you guys. One of these weeks, we're gonna find the low. one of these weeks, I tell you, we're gonna find the low and we're gonna go higher. But it might not be this week, unfortunately, or maybe it will be this week. I'm hoping that it is this week. We just started a new week, in all fairness, so it could be this week. I'm thinking something at 00866 to 0092. Maybe even 0095 would be a likely area, but probably even just below that, right? So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. We're probably going to find support at this baseline here, and all these areas where we found support before, but on this lower half where we're finding resistance now, you can see that we definitely have a side that we favor, right? We reject this low side. We reject that, reject that, reject that. But the high side, we've been hugging it a little bit more. I think that when it does come time to break through and see some real growth, it will be to the upside and not to the downside. But what do I know, man? I could be wrong. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but we might be going through our last drop. I'm not selling a single lick of XCN at all. I'm not selling any of it because even though I am expecting us to go down now, and this could change again, man, if enough data, if in the next 24 hours we're up higher, if we're at like, if tomorrow or today, let's say, we close above this area here, above that daily high close, this daily low close. If we close above like 1.37 cents, I might flip bullish again, right? And that's what it would take. Not prices getting above there, though that would be rather convincing in itself. But prices staying above there on a daily closing basis. If we close today or tomorrow up there at 1.37 cents, then I think it's very possible that we have found our low. But we don't get confirmation until 1.9 cents or higher. Remember that, right? Until then, it seems that we'll be bearish, right? And it's not worth it. It's really not worth it, in my opinion, to sell here for the chance of moving higher, right? For the chance at going lower and getting more, when we likely will, in a matter of no time at all, see prices that are dramatically higher than here. I know that there's a lot of people getting discouraged, and I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm not trying to I don't even know how to what word to use here. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but a lot of people are getting discouraged here, and that encourages me, right? When I hear people saying that they should have never bought this, that they're getting out, they're taking their losses, they need to save what they have left and just see if they can recover from there. You know, when I hear these despairing thoughts and words, comments coming out, it makes me feel like a shark in the water with fresh blood. Like literally, there's blood in the water. And anybody else who is looking to buy some XCN, if you've been waiting and you have a paycheck coming or something in the next week or so, if you've got money, extra money coming on the side, this would be a very good buying opportunity. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but you guys all know where XCN is going to go after this, right? If we do, let's say we do find support. Let's say we don't go lower and you could just buy it here and it doesn't go lower, right? If you buy it here at 1.244 cents, let alone if it goes lower, I think a lot of us, I don't think I just speak for myself when I say that the majority of us probably expect that we're going to see a price that's above 10 cents, right? That in itself is an 8.3x. Some of you might be like, 10 cents, C-Zar, I thought you said 20 cents, 30 cents. Where did that happen? No, I still believe 20 to 30 cents is where we're going to go. I'm just saying, for the average person, I think most of us can get behind 10 cents. I hear people saying 12 cents, 13 cents, 14 cents, whatever. Yeah. Phenomenal growth. We could go to 7 cents, and that's still phenomenal growth. You know what I mean? And not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I'm very confident in this thing. Not just because it's my largest position in crypto that I hold personally, but because also if you zoom out here, if you look at this for what it's worth, it's in a just very well-established bull flag. Very, very well-established bull flag indeed. I will say that it kind of runs counter to my TD sequential idea with the 7 weeks of the downside coming in here, that being the 7th week for a low. That's the one thing, and that's kind of like a, let's say, a superstitious thing than it is like a thing that you should weigh heavy on. But 7 weeks to the downside does normally call for some immense volatility to the upside, but 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 13 weeks, however long it takes, you guys, is how long it takes. And as long as we're in this range, it's very well placed. It's a very good looking bull flag. It absolutely is. This pattern is absurdly bullish, and when we break out, I think it's laughable to consider that we'd stop at 10 cents or even anything that's like just around 10 cents, right? I think that we will run up to about 18 cents or higher, 20 cents or higher, potentially even above 30 cents. We've come up with reasons for that, and it really wouldn't surprise me if this thing just blew everything out of the water, man. I think we really have a winner with this one, and the reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I'm going over this so much is I don't want to encourage people to sell. Right? If anything, I want to encourage people to buy. Not because I'm a shill, not because I've gotten paid to talk about it, right? Nobody, I don't know Justin Sun, I don't know Chain.com or anybody that works for the Onyx DAO or works with the Onyx DAO. I don't know any of them. I have no clue who they are, right? If they want to throw me some free OnyxCoin, that's great, but I would talk about it anyway, so why would they do that, right? And if I did, by the way, guys, if I ever did, if somebody ever, if that was to ever happen, I think OnyxCoin I would take if they were like, hey, if we gave you some funds to talk about OnyxCoin, will you do it? But I already talk about it twice a day, so I don't know why they would do that. Maybe they just love me, but I would be very transparent if that ever happened. I would never, I can't ever see myself taking money to talk about anything, but if it's something that I believe in like this, then that I'm already invested in, sure, right? But I'd be completely transparent. But again, I don't see that happening. Like, why would you pay someone to shill your coin whenever they're literally doing it for free every single day? And it's their biggest bag, right? Like I'm going to shill this thing enough on my own. But I'm not saying that I want to encourage people to buy because I'm some paid shill. That's the main point, right? I want to encourage people to buy because I think it's a really good opportunity. I think that this thing is going to do very, very well. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. You know, all it's going to take is a little bit of time, but you can't argue the charts, man. The chart looks phenomenal, right? If this was a pump and dump, anybody who's saying this is a pump and dump, it's going to go to zero, you probably, I'm going to guess this is your first bull cycle, right? Because if this is not your first bull cycle, you know what pump and dumps look like, right? They look like this. They look like this and then down. That's a pump and dump. This is a meticulous, well thought out, well maintained consolidation phase. It's a very proper bull flag. And this bull flag has a measure move, right? The measure move of which from a low to a high takes you all the way up, at least from this low. Let's assume you go lower. Let's assume that you stop all the way down at 0.008, lower than even what I'm expecting you to go, but right down there. That measure move would still take you up to 16 cents, man. And I don't think you stop there, right? We have other reasons for believing that, but I'm not going to go over that now. So I got nothing else to say, guys. Same old, but now to the downside, right? We're probably going to go down a little bit more. C-Zar the bear put C-Zar the bull to sleep today, and maybe we will find our low this week and start proceeding higher sometime this week or next week. That's all I got for you guys. So hit the like button, subscribe. It's not a sell opportunity. This is a wait to buy opportunity, or even buy more here. I think it's at a good price, but not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm not selling here. I'll only buy more if it goes lower. Okay, bye-bye.